Axey AI is a website that allows you to have access to an AI partner for pretty much everything, which includes research, images, music, writing, videos, and slides. If this is your first time here, my name is Jay, and this is the Everyday AI channel, where we teach you how you can use AI in your daily lives. So I'm going to dive right into this here, and I have to say I quite like this website so far. I'm going to refresh it, but as you can see, it's actually not sort of like a traditional or conventional website, in the sense that you're not just scrolling through things, but you actually have access to a canvas, which is pretty cool. So you can actually just move around and see exactly what's going on here. I'm just going to scroll down a bit more. I think I've zoomed in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, you also got this pill at the bottom. You can also voice prompt. You can see where you are on the canvas over here, and you can actually just start clicking. So if I wanted to, I can go all the way here. Oh, let's see what's going on in here. Cool. So it's just saying the models that it's got access to, and you can just click to go back to anywhere on the canvas. We can see we've got access to a list of specialist agents, so ultimately we can spin up sub agents here and get a image specialist, video specialist, PowerPoint specialist, whole lot of different specialists going on here. In this case, I'm gonna ask it to research the most likely, let's say the most likely winner of the 2026 World Cup, which is going on at the moment. And let's say, should we say 2026 World Cup based on current prediction markets? Cool. Okay, I'm just going to sign. Okay, great. Now I'm signed in. I'm just going to run this prompt again, and we're going to see exactly what happens here. So we've got our first agent that's been spun up here. We can actually edit this prompt if we want. So we've got the research specialist working away. It's using that specialist to dig into the current prediction markets for the 2026 World Cup winner. So it's going to take a moment to research that. I wonder how long that's going to take. I think we may be able to see its reasoning, or perhaps this will just be some okay, cool. So it's actually sort of expanded our prompt. So check major prediction markets. So we've got Polymarket, DraftKings, FanDuel, all the typical prediction markets. Also check any relevant news or analysis about the tournament outlook. It's actually giving itself a list of things to provide. Current top 5 favorites with their odds and probabilities. Which team is most likely winner according to the market? Any notable shifts and trends? And brief context on why the favorite is the favorite. Okay, cool. So now we've got a bit of a result here. Sweet. So we've got Spain. Or actually, no, let's go to the first one. Okay, so we got the top 5. So the consensus across the market is that looks like Spain and France are tied at 16 to 17%. Interesting stuff. And then we've got England, and then Portugal, and then Argentina. Okay, so by a razor thin margin, it apparently is Spain. They are essentially tied with France, as we can see here. I'm actually gonna take a look at this now. So let's see. So the key context is that Spain versus France is a toss-up. Polymarket has Spain at 17.1 versus France at 16.7, whereas Cauchy has Spain at 17.2 versus France at 17%. Cool. Over 2 billion has been traded on these markets, the most ever for sports futures markets. Wow. Expanded 48 team format means more matches and more variants, so the favorite is about 17%. Probability is historically low for a pre-tournament favorite. Interesting. And Portugal has been the highest mover recently, shortening from 10 to 1 to, I think it's 10, 11 to plus 800. I'm not quite sure how to read this, but they've clearly been the biggest mover recently. Spain is the most likely winner, but it's a coin flip with France at the top. Cool. Now I quite like this stuff. I'm gonna say, okay, I think I'm gonna do a follow-up. So I'm gonna say, what can I do here? Let's go with now. Create a presentation slide presentation slides based on your discoveries. Cool, let's go with that and see what we get here. Really liking this canvas interface, I have to say. I have a similar sort of tool that allows us to, that we use internally. It's more like a creative canvas tool that allows us to create workflows, similar to, I guess, Weavy AI, if you've ever heard of that. I think that's really important to be able to see multiple different assets being generated, whether that's text, images, audio, or video. That's always going to be sort of important in terms of visualizing workflows. Now, this is taking a little while to create the presentation. It's saying it's going to come and it's it's going to be with us in about 1 minute 40 seconds. So I'll just come back once this is done. Okay, cool. So now we've got the presentation that's been made. We've got 6 slides here. I'm going to take a look. So we've got the FIFA World Cup winner for 2026. Okay, let's take a look. So the favorite is Spain with 17% odds. Consensus favorite is at 17%. Implied probability across all major markets. Essentially tied with France. Tournament pedigree, they did of course they were the Euro 2024 champions, defeated France, Germany and England in knockouts. Okay, now there's a bit of issue here with regards to the formatting, but I think this is something you could fix once you actually download this. And we've also got the top 5 favorites being shown here. I think they're missing the 5th one though. Interesting. Okay, so I think they should definitely, the guys at Axey definitely need to work on the PowerPoint presentation generation. Whatever you're using, whatever system you're using to generate that, I think you need to make sure it's more consistent in terms of formatting.
I'm actually pleased to announce I've launched one of my first digital products, which is a 7-day prompting ebook. I've called it Perfecting Prompt, and it's essentially a 7-day crash course on how you can improve your prompting so that you can supercharge your productivity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the link to Perfecting Prompts below. I put in a lot of work into it, and in there I actually include some frameworks that I teach to global corporations. Definitely check it out.
And we've got a nice section here on market overview, cool, unprecedented volume, historical milestone, consensus, and the format impact as well, because of course it's a new 48 team format. It takes 8 matches to win. Cool, we've got some key trends and shifts, and yeah, definitely want to take a look at the formatting in this case. But all in all, I think this is a good start. You know, this was just a prompt and we've already got a presentation. Of course, you can use this for anything really. I mean, I just selected the World Cup because it's going on right now, and you know, considering watching some games later as well. But yeah, definitely check out Axey AI if you think it would be useful for you. There are quite a few different specialist agents that you can spin up to actually create content and run some research, as well as automate any sort of boring or mundane tasks. So definitely check this out if you think it would be useful for you.